Jai Siya Ram, Radhe Radhe. Welcome to this English edition of our Bharat Vichar on public demand. And we thank Lord Sri Ganesha and do the Sri Ganeshas today's vlog. The topics we have uh, is Trump driving the escalation in Middle East? What are the options with IRGC? Has Munir failed? Is Israel ready? And Indian ships were attacked. These are the things which we are going to talk about in our English edition. And on public demand and what you all had requested, our friends across the world, that we must have an English program as well. So this is how it is going to be. And in due course of time, we are going to adjust the timing a bit here and there. But broadly speaking, maybe around 10 o'clock, 10:30 every day, we're going to have a show on public demand, and as we promised. So let's take the name of Lord Sri Ganesha and start today. Because, the thing is that who is driving the escalation in Greece? Is Trump really in control of the situations? Are things getting out of the control? What are the options in front of IRGC? Because IRGC has used all the options on its command. There's not much left to salvage. Munir is failing or has failed, or was Munir typically used? Israel is trigger happy. They're happy with their guns and they're happy with the big machines. And Indian ships being attacked is something what India doesn't take up lightly, and India is not pretty happy. But trust me, we are not happy with what has happened. Things have been escalating. The war may begin. The things are ending. We are hitting the end of the ceasefire. That is 22nd April, and the things are counting. Now, what are the options? How that is going to escalate? How are the world's economies going to be impacted? And how is the impact going to be on the Indian economy as such? Because our impact is going to be there, and how we are going to handle it. What are the possible outcomes? What went wrong? What went in? What is right? What is wrong? And there's a lot we're going to talk about it. So before we begin, friends, what I would really appreciate is that, to help us out. If you will kindly like this video, please, that will be a great favor. Kindly like this video. Thank you very much. And, these are the timings of our various shows. This show is not yet on the charter, but should be pretty much soon. And I'm very thankful to you for all your support and all your patronage. Well, the ethos of Bharat Vichar is truth over TRP, vision over views, substance over sensationalism, dharma rakshanti rakshanta, no compromise on Deshan Dharma. That is, the people who defend the Dharma only defends them. And that is what we are going to do, and that is what our ethos is going to be. Thank you very much. And if you want to support us, for you, PAYTM, PayPal, and QR options are there. If you live in India or out of India, pretty much so. So let's begin. You see, Trump is controlling the escalations in Middle East. That is my take on it, because Trump is driving the escalation. Look, there was a set of demands which were given to the Munir. Munir went in, whom we commonly refer as Mullah Munir. The Pakistan's army chief went in there. He went with a list of demands. The mission was very safe. The mission was very, very secure. You have to break the IRGC, make multiple camps within the IRGC so that our things can facilitate. This IRGC as a bloc is a troublemaker. I want it to be broken up. I want people to have various conflicting interests, and with this conflicting interests and ambitions, we want to engineer. What we want to do is to break the system. And fortunately enough, for America, Munir could do it, what Mullah Munir could do, but CIA could not do for the last 46 years. Now, when the things started kind of settling, now the thing came up for $20 billion, which was being offered. I was very clear on my opinion that you would offer money to these mullahs. These mullahs are not going to back up unless and until you offer the money. And that is what they are looking for. They are looking for money. They are looking for American citizenship of their kids. They are looking for all and every possible thing what they can get on earth to get the best out of the so-called Islamic jihad, which they have been pursuing for the last 50 years. Again, jihad gave power and legitimacy to Khomeini, and the IRGC. Jihad did not give power and legitimacy and even money to the commander on the road. And a lot of them, by the way, got killed. And a lot of the top-ranking guys got eliminated. And what I believe, if the ceasefire is broken, a lot of them are still on the list. I know there's a pretty much list. There's a big hefty list which is out there, and people will get eliminated. That's the unfortunate part of it for Iranian regime. And now people want to get maximum bang for the buck. They want to make maximum money before they are either eliminated or they move out of the gear, because they have been holding to these positions for 50 years. 47 years to be precise. And Trump is very clear. Look, you cannot cajole us. You cannot push us around. You have done it for 47 years and we are sick and tired of it. No more pushing, no more cajoling. Munir goes in, he tries to give the money, the deal is cut, and there were a lot of rumors, there's a lot of speculation in the media that the deal was cut for $50 billion. $50 billion is what the deal was cut in, and with that $20 billion, was the deal was cut in, and some part of would go to Iran, and possibly other will be distributed amongst the people. Look, there is no Mustafa Khamenei in the picture. There is no leader in the picture. The idea was to have this money, distribute this money, let these people soften out, give them American citizenships, give them whatever was promised, and do it. When the thing starts settling, Trump's changed the game. Trump changes the goalpost, because what I think Trump had something else in mind. That praises of the Pakistani Prime Minister, praises for the Field Marshal was all a facade, was all a big game. You send in Mullah Munir there, break the IRGC, let the house be a distorted house. Then once they start agreeing to what they possibly agreed, they agreed to hand over the uranium to the Americans. That is what they agreed. They further agreed that they will be very strong proxies. Look, the missiles and the drones are already reduced to a substantial amount. Maybe 60% of it is gone. They are holding some 20-30%. Well, that is not a big deal. With drones and missiles, you cannot hit Israel, you cannot hit America. And the only ace you had was the so-called nuclear bomb, which you could use to hit everybody. Well, that nuclear bomb and that thing is gone. So for that nuclear bomb, you need the enriched uranium. And if the uranium is given, you will not have a nuclear bomb. The regime change has already pretty much happened, because there's somebody else whom Trump is talking to. There's no Mustafa Khamenei in the picture. We have not seen the picture. According to Pete Hegseth, highly incapacitated. He is invalid, possibly lost an arm, a leg, face is defaced, and the things are going in a much prettier and other way. America's controlling the narratives. American economic blockade is working. The country is squeezed under the financial curbs. The country might lose money. The country might go bankrupt. My estimate is another 2 weeks of blockade. The country is heading towards the Afghanistan way, or it won't even become a Pakistan. Pakistan has its powerful military, but with these guys, the military is also decimated and diminished to a great extent. That is how the country is going to head. So, and if I look at what Pete Hegseth has been talking, well, we can have bombing going within the blockade. So there is no rule which says bombing and blockade can't go together. We can have bombing and blockade both go together. That's what Pete Hegseth had to say. So it's interesting things what are happening. Now, money was out. American strategy said, oh, there's no talk of money, man. We are not going to pay anybody. So after the money talk went out, the mullah started getting crazy. All kinds and types of things started coming up. The first thing was, who told Karachi that the Strait of Hormuz is open? Iran has decided not to open the Strait of Hormuz. The government of Iran will decide, hey, give me a break. Your foreign minister tweeted that, send a post that it is open. But you are saying, oh, foreign minister doesn't matter if the statement comes from the foreign ministry spokesperson. So the foreign ministry spokesperson is more important than the foreign minister vis-a-vis, what the hell is happening. So things are getting crazy here. So the legitimacy of the foreign minister is less than the legitimacy of a Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson. And by the way, Mr. Karachi is nowhere to be seen. A good diplomat. You might not find him pretty good. I don't like the man, but he's pretty good for Iran. He has been able to stretch a lot of things for Iran. He has been able to get a lot of things done. Money goes out of the table. People like Mohammad Gilafaf, the speaker, and the other starts coming, Wahidi and all. Oh, there is no Strait of Hormuz, there is no ceasefire. Karachi should have not done that. Our spokesperson will tell you. IRGC Navy will determine how the ships will go. We'll tell you exactly which course to take, and we'll tell you where to move, where not to move. We are the people who are controlling the shots. Americans are not controlling the shots, while as the complete blockade of your ports is on. The Red Sea blockade by Abraham Lincoln is on. Your Houthis have not been operational and Houthis have not been able to move a stone, and on the top of that, you're saying we are doing the blockade. And let me take you what Pete Hegseth said. So if you want to do a real blockade of a strait, you need a navy for that. But where is your navy? It is down the Persian Gulf. 158 ships gone. I think 11 subs gone. 48 mine-laying boats gone. Major commanders eliminated. 48. More than 13,000 military targets hit. And more in the list. Two tiers of leaders are gone. Is the third tier of leaders which has come up and tried to take the control and counting. And nothing is over. The blockade is costing you $400 million a day, $13 million a year. And like this, if you go, you will have to shut your oil wells, because where will you store the oil? The storage capacity is full. You're not able to sell a nickel. And today is 19th April. 19th April remembers me, because today is the day, when you are not able to sell any of your oil. Because the Americans had given you a sanction waiver up to 19th. And what Americans have done, they've already given the sanction waiver to Russians. So Russian oil will be flooding the markets. Iranian oil will go. Chinese go and buy oil from Putin if you want. He's also selling it cheap. Buy from America, buy from everywhere else. The Middle East is worried because the things are escalating. You could not, as IRGC could not attack, Americans and Israelis. Whom have you attacked? You have attacked the people in Iraq. You have tried to hit the people in Iraq. That is what you did, because you dare not to attack Americans. So Trump's plan works. And when things start settling, Trump decides to push the button. What does Trump do? Trump is saying now, okay, guys, there is a list of demands. 1, 2, 3, 4. The mullahs agreed to it. Now, of course, $20 billion is on the table. Now, people will ask me question whether the money comes from Sumit. Bhai, who's going to pay? Remember, guys, CIA has a budget of 103 or 108 billion dollars, and 70% of that is no questions asked. So 20 billion can be even paid from them, or there's a lot of ways America can pay $20 billion. Anyway, you're spending $1 billion on a typical day of war, around 800 million. So if you pay 10 days war proceed, or the money you spend on war to the mullahs and control the Iran, control the Iranian government, and control the Iranian oil, and have a new set of people which challenge the legitimacy of the Islamic government, and which also put the Islamic government in a very frenzy, and that hegemony is broken. So you have multiple things which you are going to achieve by one single move. And the cost of the move is pretty peanuts. 1 week of war, precisely. Though our good friend, what is his name, Mamdani, is irking, oh, why can't we have grocery stores selling cheap groceries in America? We're spending $500 million, $800 million in killing people in Lebanon and Iran. But my friend Mamdani, if you're not a jihadi, you should know that these people have been saying debt to America and debt to Israel, including you. I don't know, if they nuke you, then you're not going to be left out, by the way. So it's again the Islamic agenda which is happening. And guess who was with Mamdani? The person who was next with Mamdani was Barakat Hussain Obama. Well, two brothers, buddies, whether birds of same feather flock together. And let's come back to what Trump was. When the thing started hitting, Trump added things to the list. You are going to give me all the uranium. You are going to agree to all the 15 points what are in my agenda, and you are going to cut all the support to Hamas and Hezbollah. Though before that, Trump got a truce done between Israel and Hezbollah and Lebanon. Now Israel and Lebanon are talking. Hezbollah is the odd man out. Mullah Naeem Qasim has been saying, why do you want to do the truce? We can still keep on fighting. Well, Mullah, is not how things happen. You are the next man on the target, but it's a matter of time when. Hezbollah lost 1,700 fighters and coming. Biggest blow to Hezbollah. Hezbollah's plans of taking out Galilee and attacking Israel by ground thwarted. Pakistan gave them the window by getting the ceasefire done with Iran. Israel moved all its forces. They attacked, Hezbollah, and they decimated Hezbollah. In the meanwhile, Trump comes in. Okay, guys, you had your 15 days. Let's start talking peace again. Okay, peace. Hezbollah, odd man out. Lebanese wants to talk to America. I don't want to talk to America. Please come to Washington, D.C. Bibi and Joseph, come to Washington, D.C. That's where we are going to talk. In the meanwhile, what you're going to do is keep on hitting Hezbollah. And Israeli said there's a yellow line. If you cross the yellow line, we'll hit you again. Yesterday, Israelis hit a couple of guys there, and a pretty big bunch of guys were hit there. And Israelis are saying, look, you cross the yellow line, I get an intention you're going to do something, we're going to hit you. Unfortunately, Israel lost 2 soldiers. I think 4 are critically injured, 10 are injured. There was a blast in South Lebanon, and take my word, Israel is going to go and get 20 for it. If you kill 10, they will take 20 or they will take 200. That is how Israel works. Israel has a very clear modus operandi. If I'm in ceasefire, I may keep on hitting 20, 30 guys a day. If there's no ceasefire, I'll hit 200, 300, 400 a day. That's how Israel operates. And there is no way America can control Israel, because Israel is really, really ready. So you have Joseph talking to Bibi. They are coming down to America. Hezbollah is the odd man out. Things are escalating, but there's a controlled escalation in Lebanon. By controlling Lebanon, you have got Tayyip Erdogan, you have got Egypt, you have got Saudi Arabia, you have got Qatar, and you have got Pakistan out of the game, and mostly you have got Iran out of the game, because Iran was crying a foul. Look, guys, you are doing a genocide in Lebanon. So we are not going to talk to you by the time you settle Lebanon. Okay, I've settled the Lebanon. 10 days ceasefire, nobody hits anybody. Okay, what about Strait of Hormuz? Open the Strait of Hormuz. Agar Achi sir, the Strait of Hormuz is open. Then the mullah is coming, oh no, the Strait of Hormuz is not open. Okay, the blockade will continue. Then suddenly, oh, there's going to be a meeting in Pakistan. Okay, meeting in Pakistan, interesting. Trump says, oh, if there's a deal which is being signed, I will go to Pakistan. But what happens, Mr. Trump, if the deal is not signed? Are we going to start bombing again? We're going to bomb them again. Okay, you're going to bomb them again if the deal is not signed. Good. Pakistanis go, they dismantle the IRGC, the things get open. Money comes in, Trump pulls the rug. Now Trump starts increasing the demand list. Trump controls the escalation because he's controlling the demand list. And when you hear from Iranis, what is your problem? My problem is that Trump is increasing the demand list with every passing day. And there's nothing we're going to do. Why are Iranis it? I'll explain you this. Look, the first thing is, if you give the uranium, whatever you've been talking for last 50 years, The only thing which can change the game is the nuclear bomb or a dirty bomb. No uranium, no nuclear bomb, no dirty bomb. Your missiles are darts. You fired a lot of them. Nothing could happen in Israel. Yes, unfortunately, some lives were lost. Missile shield missed here and there. That is maximum you can do. Can your missiles reach America? No, they can't reach. So what are you up to? You're already that capacity is estimated by 70%. Your two tier of leaders is gone. There's a new set of people whom Trump is talking to. Because as per Lindsey Graham, Trump was talking to somebody on the phone in Iran and shouting at them. Right? So there's a regime change. Mujtaba is nowhere to be seen. So looks like it's happening. Now, what's happening on the ground? Hamas, Hezbollah degraded. Houthis not able to fire. The regime is choking on the money. There's no money. There's no honey, sweetheart. No money, no honey. No, there's nothing you're going to do. You won't be able to pay salaries for the IRGC. Forget those Hamas and Hezbollah. By the way, every Hezbollah fighter gets $400 to $700 a month based on his capability and all his skill sets. So they're getting a monthly salary. They're not fighting this jihad for free. So Hezbollah, Houthi, Hamas get free. China was sending you the weapons. China is already handled. Don't send weapons to this because they are going to get in trouble, my dear China, because you will have secondary sanctions imposed on you. Chinese won't cross the line. They know that Trump means business. Scott Bessent has already written to two of the banks. Now, Mr. Bessent, which of the banks you have written to? I won't let you the names. Why you won't give me the names? Because you will know A and B bank is safe, CD, A and B bank is in trouble. CD and E and F are fine. So what do? I don't give you the names. I'm written to the Chinese bank. So I've written to UAE, I've written to Hong Kong, and I have also written to our great friends in Oman. Do not do any business with Iran, and if you do, secondary sanctions. So the money routed through China is not coming. Chinese money for oil is not coming, and Chinese weapons are out of the gear. So what will you do without the weapons? That is why you see Houthis are hardly fighting, and the Americans and Israeli jets have nothing to do. They're just lowering the skies, waiting for anybody to start, and they want to go bang, bang, bang. That is where the situation is. So Trump increases the demands. There is no money coming in. The dissonance within the camp increases. Oh, no money. And the demands are, oh, no, we don't want to do. So you don't want to do. What do? You become stupid. You start controlling the Strait of Hormuz. And you exactly do what the terrorists do. You start going and attacking people around you. And you start attacking people around you. There were 20 ships which passed. Suddenly ship movement stops because you start attacking the people. You start attacking the people, that IRGC's options are open, and the commanders started challenging the bosses. You told us about the ceasefire. You told things are happening. You had some agreement. Where is the money? There's no money. Americans are saying we won't pay the money. Habibi, there is no money. What do you want us to do? Okay, let me do what I want to do. I want to make money before I die. I want to make money for my kids. That's what the commanders think. You guys are already rich. Most of us worth of billions. And, with those things happening, complete dissonance with the camp. Nobody listens to anybody. That proves the point Mustafa Khamenei is permanently incapacitated. So with those things happening, things escalate. Things go crazy. Things going crazy, dissonance created. Then the madness starts creeping into the system. Madness starts creeping into the system. You start hitting your friends. Now, before hitting the friends, what happens is that IRGC is running out of the options. Blockade is not going to go. Pakistanis try to spin a theory. Okay, let's come to Monday to Islamabad, have a MOU. Then within 160 days of that, we'll have a deal. What were you trying? You were trying to take Americas down the garden path. Let's sign some crappy MOU. We'll give 60 days and the deal will happen later, inshallah. But what did the Trump say? Okay, by the time I don't have a formal deal with me, the blockade continues. The blockade is not going to end. So here you are in more trouble. Blockade doesn't end. Blockade doesn't end. After 2 months, is there a country called Iran? No, Iran is already decimated. There's nothing left in Iran. So Americans are playing the game. Americans are increasing their demands. Americans are humiliating them. Trump is giving the statements in public. Now, Mullah Munir and IRGC is getting irritated. IRGC is saying, okay, we'll fight to the end. We are not getting money. Let's fight to the end. And exactly the more and more cargo planes are landing in Middle East with arms and ammos. Thousands of troops are being moved to the Middle East. All the logistics has got in place. Hezbollah's imminent threat to Israel is settled. Gaza, Hamas is being settled. Houthis are dysfunctional. Pakistan is used to break the ice. The Pakistanis are red-faced because Pakistanis promised IRGC the money. And look, Mullah Munir has been also the spy chief. He knows the people, the rare radicalized, those red apples in IRGC. He went to Tank, he talked the money, and now Mullah is out and they are not getting the money. America is increasing their rhetoric. These are getting crazy. They have started attacking the people. They have started doing all the ridiculous and stupid things what they should have never done, like attacking people, talking of Islamic bravado. And this is exactly what Trump wants to do because Trump is controlling the escalation. Trump is driving the escalation. He's driving you mad. He's driving you nuts. You don't understand his strategy. Now, Munir done the way, Trump driving the net. Now, Munir cannot go back to his boss and say, no, boss is Trump, not Shabazz. Sir, what have you done? I say, you go and do your job. I told you what to do. You do. You will get your money. You will get your 10 million, $20 million as a fee. That will be deposited in your bank. Go sit and rest your ass. That is what Munir will be doing. Now, what is happening? IRGC doesn't have options. Factions are fighting. They will increase the rhetoric. More and more local commanders will get out of control. And Munir has almost failed for Pakistan, for Ummah, because Munir's plea to the Ummah and the Pakistanis, we are trying to save the Muslims of Iran, we are trying to save the Islamic revolution in Iran, while as he is only trying to work for the Islamic revolution of Iran, not the Muslims of Iran, because the Muslims of Iran want liberty, they want freedom, and we have nothing with the Muslims of Iran. They're great friends, and we have all the sympathy and love for the Persian civilization. What we don't like, what we don't appreciate is this mullah civilization and the mullah regime, which has been in Iran for time, and they have been clearly dismantling Iran. And let me not remind you about the 600, 1600 executions. Let me not remind you about the Supreme Court judge who said a lot of executions which we are going to do. Anybody who's declared as an enemy of the God, or anybody who's declared as a spy of Israel, will be eliminated without any trial. Yeah, that is what they are doing, and they are their own people. They are their own Shia people who are getting eliminated and who are getting slaughtered in Iran, for no faults of theirs, and that is what the regime is doing. Munir red-faced, Munir fails. Now what happens is Israel is really getting ready. Israel had this plan. Israel know it is not going to work. The problem with Trump is he believes he can cut a deal with everybody, but Mr. Trump, these people don't believe in deals. They believe in life after that. They have these Islamic theocratic values in them, which they are self-interpreted, and they believe in life after that. They believe even in dying, they are winning. And death is some kind of a glory, that is some kind of a gratification. It's an elevation in their status from an ordinary human being to a shahid. He will be hero worshipped there. And they will get those 72 virgins and all the things, whatever is there in the book. That is what is promised to them. So deal is only for the people who still believe in this life. What about the people who believe in life after that? The deeds don't work for them, Mr. Trump. You don't understand that. And that is the reality you're heading towards. You have obsession for deals. You are a deal man. But here, the guys you're trying to cut the deals with are the best of the guys who are interested in the earth and earthly deals, what you are going to offer. I am interested in life after death and the heavenly deals. Well, Mr. Trump, you can't offer that. Sorry. Bad luck. That's not going to work for you. So this is where it is going to be crazy. Israel is really managing the things. Israel is knowing the pressure points. Israel is keeping the burner on. Yes, yesterday Israel killed some few 20, 30 Hezbollah fighters. Why is Israel killing Hezbollah? Because Israel wants to keep them on. Israel doesn't want to give impression we have given up. Israeli jets are ready. Israeli ammo is ready. They are waiting for the Trump to give a green light. And let me tell you, they will have a list by now. Who are the people whom we want to eliminate? Because there are other set of people who need to go now, who have been hindering the negotiations, who don't want negotiations to happen. That job Israel will be already doing. And let me tell you, it doesn't matter to Israelis who you are, deal or no deal. They will eliminate you if they think you're a threat to Israel. They may not eliminate you after 6 months, after 1 year, even after Trump is gone. The list will be revised. They all will be eliminated, and the mullahs of Iran know they will be eliminated. They know they have been back. So that is how Israel is getting ready. Israel is focused. They know what to do. They're settled with Lebanon. They're settled with Hamas. Houthis are not a problem. Red Sea blockade is happening. Hormuz Strait blockade is happening. Iran is in big trouble. And what adds to the climax is when the Indian ships get attacked. Now, what is India? India is a friend. India is a global friend. We believe in Vasudeva Kutumbakam. We are friends to everybody. We send relief to everybody. And even to these radicals, jihadis of Iran, we have sent the relief. We have sent the money. We have sent not the money. We have sent the relief. We have sent medicines. We have sent supplies. We have sent everybody, everything there. Because we believe in humanity. We want the humanity should prevail. And yesterday, our ships were transiting through the Strait of Hormuz. I've been very candid on all the platforms that you cannot trust this radicalized regime. You cannot trust the jihadis because they are untrustable. Nobody is controlling anything. All the command and controls are broken. The Iran under Khamenei is different from the Iran which you know now. Everything is in shambles. That is what the reality is, and there is nothing you can do to control. Everything is determined by the local commander, his whims and fancies. You talk to Abbas Karachi, do you know he's there or not? Honestly, I fear he might not be there because after his tweet, he is disappeared, completely gone. I won't be surprised if he's already taken out. They've already taken out. Is it a big deal in Iran? No, it is not a big deal in Iran. So we had coordination with the Iranian government. We were in coordination with the IRGC Navy. Our ships went in. They went in. The IRGC followed. They started shooting at them. There are videos out where we are saying, look, this is our ships. We have spoken to Iran, we have spoken to your navy. They don't give a damn. They keep on hitting us. They keep on hitting us. Our ships keep on bleeding. Luckily, we are not carrying any fuel. We're not carrying any LPG. We turn back and save our lives. Thank God, none of our sailors and none of our crew got hurt. That is something which is to really thank Lord Mahakal for that. Nobody got hurt. And that is how we came back. And that is how a big disaster was averted. And we summoned their High Commissioner. We told them that MEA issued a notification for that. Can we have the MEA notification, please? I'll put it for you to read. MEA notification, please, Steve. Okay, here is the MEA notification. You can read it for yourself. We were very clear in our statements. We have really expressed this is not acceptable. This should have not happened, and we are pretty much pissed with it. And it is not advisable to piss a country like India, which is a super military, so it's a superpower and a military power, and we can have it off the screen. So India is not very happy with it. Our ships were attacked in a design under a purpose. You had a very specific agenda in your mind. That is why you attacked our ships. That is what it is happening here. We are not happy with it. And you know what I'm coming to know, Americans already have plans. The plan is going to be, now America will start boarding all the Iran related ships and vessels, taking and controlling them. So you will seize anything that is going to Iran, or that is Iranian ship or vessel. American special forces will board and take the control of those vessels. So the navy and all the floating armadas, whatever is left of Iran, will be completely taken care of, will be taken into custody, including their shadow fleet, including those tankers which they really talk about. India, we are fuming, we are not happy, we have been betrayed. This is treachery, and I would want to remind those people in India who have been supporting this mullah regime, all those so-called nationalists who have been supporting the mullah regime. This is what the mullahs and the terrorists give you a look. You cannot have a terrorist become an army. You can put a badge here. The terrorists do not become an army. They will still continue to be terrorists. And that is what these people are. They are cold-blooded terrorists. They are jihadis. They have attacked India. They have tried to harm our people. The things of the game change. The paradigms hereafter change. Our foreign policy is fantastic. I support the Modi government for what they have been doing vis-a-vis Iran. I support the Modi government completely for what have been doing vis-a-vis Israel. This is the best part of the foreign policy. Yes, we did not condemn them. Yes, we did not condemn Khomeini's death, because that is how whatever foreign policy is. We don't condemn the death of radicals and terrorists. Khomeini was not a good friend to India. He was everything than a friend to India. And though some people are trying to portray image as being a friend, but that is not what the case is, right? That is not what the case is. So that is where the situations look like now. Americans have escalation plan. The Trump team is in the war room. They are simulating what are the options. Israel is preparing for the war. The war is going to possibly break on 22nd of April. I think within 2-3 days, like we don't expect a miracle to happen unless and until there's an unconditional surrender or the mullahs are looking for more. And they're looking for 20. If that thing can happen, the things are completely different. But Indian ships getting attacked is something what India doesn't take lightly. We are really annoyed and we are pissed off with what has happened. And there are going to be implications and ramifications. We may not have them immediately. It may not be a kinetic. There are going to be implications and ramifications. You mess around with Modi. This is the last man you should mess around. He is not a person who will immediately retaliate, but Modi and India is going to retaliate. And you're going to have a tough time. Trust me, you're going to pay for it. IRGC is going to pay for it. This regime is going to pay for it. And though we were as committed to the people of Iran, they remain our friends. But when it comes to the regime, we have our plans. We have our things in order. And we are going to hit them where it hurts them the most. And things are escalating. Trump is planning. War room scenarios are being brought up. Blockades are increasing. The country is getting more and more into trouble. That is where we stand. American Navy's idea of taking control of Iranian-related ships and shadow vessels is a fantastic idea. More for it. That is the way you should do it, and that is the way how it should control. And India, in the long run, may not be neutral. Though we are not neutral, we support Israel, we support America in a way, but we are not neutral. Rachi, I hope the person is still live and kicking, and we hope something really happens. Israelis were loving for opportunity for the things to break up, for them to go on hunting, and Trump doesn't mind go on hunting again. They have replenished their stocks, they have replenished their military, and the hunting will start again. Mullah Munir was used, Pakistan was used. Again, Pakistan was used as a toilet paper. Good. And the world today knows when you attack Indian ships, you have crossed all the red lines. You have crossed all the red lines. And for those people in India who still believe the mullahs, who still support the mullahs, I think the things are out and clear. When you look at their list, they have Yahuds, so the Jews are the first target, even Hanuds or Hindus are number 2 or number 3 on their charter. Let's not even forget what is the regime we are dealing with. This is a civilizational conflict. This is not about land, ladies, or legitimacy. This is a civilizational conflict which has to be settled. This Islamic hegemony has to be broken. This facade has to be broken. And the world has to understand that the Europeans have lost their priorities. Middle Eastern peoples want to run their own Islamic agendas. And there are a lot of things which cannot be settled on a diplomatic table. There are a lot of things which cannot be settled in the war, but there are a lot of things where a mix and match up can happen. Pakistan did the job. Pakistan did a fantastic job because CIA could not do it for Trump. And they did it for peanuts, just, I don't know, 10, $20 million. And that is what Pakistan is in deep trouble. They have betrayed the Ummah, that they have been pruned as America's stooges. They have been pruned and really doing what America wants to do. So Pakistan is in jeopardy. And things are escalating. Things are going to escalate. India being attacked breaks all the facade of the regime, all the humanitarian facade of the regime. This regime is a terrorist regime, is hence proved and needs no further explanation. And let me tell you, India is going to hit you back. It's a matter of time. Wait and watch. On that note, I have to say namaskar and take your leave right now. Before doing that, I'd request you to, I'm going to take your questions. I'm going to request you to like the video, please. Thank you very much. And you know what our ethos is. These are the timings of our shows, and we'll have this English show up pretty much there. Thank you. You know our ethos is truth over TRP, vision over substance over sensationalism, dharma or akshanta rakshanta. The people who fight for dharma, dharma fights for them, or no compromise on nation. That is the ethos of Bharat Vichar. And to all our brothers, thank you. To all our brothers and sisters in India and out of India, if you want to support us, your options are PAYTM, PayPal, and QR. And we'll keep on talking to you, and we'll keep on expressing our things. I know if you take the membership of the channel, your questions get a priority. Though we try to take as many questions. Bharat Vichar is our initiative wherein we are giving ample space to your thoughts and ideas. It's a portal which is very dynamic and coming up. So if you are interested, do send us your op-eds. We'll be very happy to publish them. Of course, after the editorial review. Before we go to your questions, keep them ready. There are 2 initiatives of mine. One is Sumit Advisory, wherein anything about life, business, personal, professional, I consult people and help them to go through that. This is for businesses and individuals. And second is Sumit Collection. This is a Abhimantrit range of products wherein we are helping you to get relieved of your karmic burdens. This kavach which can protect effectively, which can be very good, which can change your lives. That is what is the Sumit Collection. There's also Paramarsha and Margadarshan. There's an option which is available as there as well, where my team helps you through that. So we're going to play these 2 videos. After that, we're going to take a few questions and we call it a day. The show is regular. Your demands have been respectfully honored for the English show. Thank you very much. Team.
नमस्कार मित्रों, मैं आपके सामने लाया हूं सुमित पीर एडवाइजरी, जो एक यूनिक इनिशिएटिव है जिसमें आपकी लाइफ, बिजनेस, पर्सनल, प्रोफेशनल कोई भी समस्या हो जिसका हम मिलके समाधान ढूंढेंगे। आप जूम के माध्यम से जुड़ेंगे, आप दुनिया में कहीं पे भी हो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। ये 100% प्राइवेट कॉन्फिडेंशियल है, इंडिविजुअल्स के लिए है, कॉर्पोरेट्स के लिए है, और प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच टू वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लम्स। If any kind of type, immigration हो, finances हो, career हो, life हो, business हो, कुछ भी हो, तो आपसे निवेदन है कि आप इस इनिशिएटिव का लाभ उठाइए और हमसे जुड़िए sumitpir.com के माध्यम से। ईमेल आईडी है sumitpirofficial@gmail.com, और sumitpir.com पे जाएंगे तो आपको ईमेल आईडी, आपको व्हाट्सएप नंबर सब मिलेगा। आप हमसे जुड़िए और मेरी टीम आपसे संपर्क में रहेगी, और इसको हमारा पूरा प्रयास रहेगा कि इसको हम एक सार्थक और एक बहुत fruitful end की तरफ बहुत जल्दी ले जाए। नमस्कार, प्रणाम, साधुवाद।
Guys, men in suits are not calling the shots. Men in green are calling the shots. Arachi, after Arachi's debacle is proven, I have been predicting this. The writing is on the wall. Men in suit don't matter. Men in the green IRGC fatigue is what matters. Wahidi is the man who's controlling a lot of things. So let's look at some of the collections and then we take your questions.
शिवोऽहं 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 चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहं 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 चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहं 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 चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहं 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 चिदानन्दरूप.
Thank you very much. Let's take a few of your questions. We'll be honored to do that. Team, can you help with the questions, please? I might have prepared for drones and missiles. Sir, they would have prepared for drones and missiles. But you see, with drones and missiles, you can reach to Israel, you can't reach to America. Most of the missiles, 96, 99% of them will be thwarted. But yes, they are a problem. But the bomb is where the game changes. One nuke is good enough to wipe out entire Israel, and a couple of nukes are good enough to wipe complete Middle East. You could wipe out the Israel and throttle the Middle East and run this Zajia on them. So yes, there is a problem, but ultimately 60-70% of that capacity has been already decimated, and in the continuing military operations, you could decimate it. Thank you. Next. Dhanyavad, Nitik Kalyani ji, thank you very much. Thank you very much, sister. You've been a great fan and a great support all along. Har Har Mahadev Kesar Bhai, thank you very much. Really honored for your support and patronage. If Iran is with no leader situation in the power for all, which frequently leads to chaos, anarchy, lack of greatness, such state surrenders world into chaos. Exactly what we did. But I hope if you can put Shah's son and all, and you put a a rubber stamp government there, you can control the chaos, you can control the decay. But even they were not doing great under Khamenei, so there's not a lot we can have remote support. Next, please. I wish you all the best, a very happy Akshay Tritiya and a happy Shram Janmashtami. Thank you very much. Wishing you all the same. I should have done it. Thank you, Baranji, for this Akshay Tritiya and for happy Shram Janmashtami, Guru Shram Janmashtami. Thank you very much and greetings to all. The first one to call himself Chishti was Abu Shami. As the name Shami implies, he came from Syria or in Damascus. Asham. He met a Sufi who directed him to settle as Chishti and thereafter. True? What to say, bro? You're right. Next. Jai Shri Ram, Nandini ji, thank you very much. Kshatriya is not used as Punjab or Khatri. Now, no Kshatriya register. Thank you. Thanks for the info. Next. As Iran might have prepared new set of drones in the US, we already discussed that. They are doing it, but that is not a much of a problem. That is not a game changer. It's a problem, but it will not completely swing the game. That is my limited. Next. Al-Turk is supposed to renovate a step for Shama and develop local food for custom there. Ariarwana and the white people. Correct, Vivek. I agree with you on that. सर ईरान हार्मोस को बंद करके पूरे वर्ल्ड में मैसेज दे रहा है आपके पूरी वर्ल्ड की कंट्रीज हार्मोस में हमारे अपनी मार्केट निकालने में मदद कर सके और चाइना की एम्बिशन it is escalating, it's getting into a complex things. Everybody is playing their cards. But Trump is really in control of the escalation. And if he wants, he can still escalate. If he doesn't escalate, that means he doesn't want it to be escalated. That is where it looks to be. And let's see how it goes. Chinese are not going to send weapons to them because they are scared about the secondary sanctions. And Hormuz blockade will continue because Iran, we're forgetting one thing, Iran doesn't have $1 trillion in the bank. Then it's okay. With $10 billion of forex exchange left, how long can you play these games? That is the question. Next. Om Ganeshaya Namaha Devasiji. Thank you very much. Yes, strategic economic can't agree more. Absolutely right. We are on the same page. Next. And I had predicted this one day this IRGC will attack. So if you remember the regular viewers will know. I have been stretching my neck and predicting this. Team, any more questions left? Namaste, Daniel Bhai, how are you? You seem to be doing pretty well. Namaskar. On that note, we have reached to the end of this English edition and this new initiative on public demand of Bharat Vichar. We hope we'll get more traction and we'll have more of your blessings. A lot of people wanted to get English also. So why not? And we are doing it. So on that note, I take your leave. Hope you liked it. You're going to like it. You're going to subscribe. And ask your friends and buddies to subscribe to this channel. On that note, and if you want, you can support the channel as well. On that note, I'd like to take your leave. Bharat Mata ki jai, Vande Mataram, Om Namah Parvati Pataya. Har Har Har